This is First Contact, Stories of the Call Center.
I want to kind of skip over for a minute now to preventing brand slaughter, right?
Okay.
It's an awesome name. With that said, though, what inspired you to even start that in the first place? And there's got to be some topics that were just awesome at the beginning or that you've started going over, or maybe ones you're excited about talking about next. Give us some insight into that.
Yeah, so I have to give 100% credit to John. John came up with and coined the word brand slaughter. And we were in a conversation, and he said it, and I was like, oh, I was kind of like everybody else. I was like, dude, that's a great word. It's such a great picture, and it gets people attention. And then we started talking through like what it is, really kind of forming up, like, what does it really mean? And we had some funny stuff that we threw in, but we were like, all right, it really is, it's involved around, because it came out the concept of like manslaughter, right? Like, unintentionally, or intentionally, killing something, right? Like, and so we're like, these are moves that people are making. They're killing their own brand. They're sabotaging their own brand. And we were watching this happen. Don't get me wrong, we've been guilty of brand slaughter. Everybody has, right? We've all made bad decisions. But we had the good fortune early on, because we were small and we were taking on a lot of earlier cycle business at the time, to watch other companies and other industries struggle and help some of them that would let us, and some of them, that we couldn't help. But what we saw was like, hey, there's a good amount of stuff out there that's just self-inflicted pain, like that's just being created. And so, and then we looked and said, well, we see it here. Let's look at some of these other businesses. And, John and I've gotten where we kind of just evaluate stuff as we travel or as we go stuff, and it's kind of become our hobby, right? And looking at stuff and saying like, what's the communication, what's the technology, what's the techniques, what's the talent look like, and what are they doing that either enhances the brand? And we've all had those experiences where we just walk out of a place and you're like, wow, I would like take that employee with me anywhere they go. Even like we had dinner when everybody was here last time down at this place called the Gin Joint, right? Great place, cool place, but the guy that served us was so phenomenal, right? Like we were like, he was so on point, so good with the company, so good with what he did, that we were like, dude, I would go back there and take anybody I know and drag them back in that place just to eat with that guy. Not even that, and the food was good too, right? But just to eat with that guy. So to us, like that guy, that person's building a brand for that company and preventing brand slaughter from happening. We've all had those experiences where you get on the phone with somebody or call somebody, and right now the airlines are getting beat up like crazy for this, right? Like you can't get through to people, and they're making cuts and adjustments that I understand there's financial models in place, right? But they're jeopardizing brand longevity and jeopardizing brand efficiency and really killing their customer lifetime value and a lot of other stuff based on things. So we were like, hey, how do we start exposing some of this stuff in a positive way? It's not about pointing the finger at XYZ and making fun of them and saying they're a terrible company, because we've all made mistakes. But we wanted to bring to light two different points, right? Here's what one group is doing that's phenomenal. Let's focus on that. And if anybody learns anything from it, you could take this and duplicate it in your company, or call these people, if they're on the podcast, get in touch with them, right? If they're not doing something that's great, or if there's something out there that someone's already tried and it's failed miserably, let's expose that too, so other brands and other people don't have to go through the same pain. I mean, it's a beautiful part of the world we live in today, where we have so much information and access, is, hey, we can actually talk to millions of hundreds of thousands of people, can log in if they want to, and just like they would for your show here, and learn something, right? And they don't have to feel the same pain that I went through or you went through, with maybe mistakes or things that we had to learn. They can cut those things down and move forward faster.